curious than my appearance is the fact that she and I don't see each other anymore. A nation to last for all eternity is a dream that she and I both share. At some point, she started going down a path that became increasingly difficult for me to join her on. You know, A never said goodbye to me before she stepped into the plane of Euthymia. Perhaps it's just my wishful thinking, but I think she did this deliberately, as her way of keeping our friendship eternal. By neither saying goodbye nor seeing me again, our relationship will remain forever how it was. Since we've embarked on two very different paths to eternity, I can either continue to maintain the status quo or do whatever it takes to bring her back on track, regardless of the cost. I have chosen the latter because if stubbornly isolating herself in the plane of Euthymia is her idea of eternity, then my duty as her eternal servant is to drag her back out of her own head and into the real world.
Aw, Miko, you sound like a real...
I'm only telling you this so you can properly understand my plan. Could you possibly spare the sentimentality for the time being? Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. Time for anti-Raiden Shogun training phase 2.
There's a part 2? Come on, we can do it! Let's dance! By royal decree!
A walk would be nice.
Need to end a few enemies?
As per our contract.
Brace yourself! This is gonna hurt!
For Rex Lapis!
Gather!
Let the show begin.
No time to... Shouldn't let your guard down.
I will have order. Solidify.
We're finally...
You did quite admirably.
So, do you think we're ready to be...
How do I put this?
Wait, what? So all of this was a complete waste of time?
You are the most important part of the plan. I know what I'm doing. You don't think I'd leave you with no chance to win at all, do you? Speaking of, Traveler, what do you think of the Resistance? You're absolutely right. Perhaps they occasionally best the Shogun's army in open battle, considering even their visions have been taken from them and embedded in the statue. They're ultimately quite helpless.
You don't have to be so blunt. The Traveler's the captain of Swordfish too.
I don't mean to belittle them. It is precisely because of their helplessness, because their visions have been taken from them, that their will, in short, if everything goes according to plan, they may yet prove to... Oh, goodness, is that the time? I have...
All of the sudden, you're entertaining guests!
Okay, we can talk here. You asked me about the plan. In fact, I've been mulling it over for quite a long time. Before one makes a plan, what is the most important
Don't know.
You must understand the situation. The Vision Hunt Decree was obviously devised as a means of manipulating the Shogun. Yes, This is the straw now. We also know that every aspect of the Vision Hunt Decree's promulgation and execution.
Ayaka was saying that every time they submitted a petition against the...
Yes, it's all too clear that both the Tenryo and Kanjo commissions are in some form of collusion with the Fatui. Thus, the current situation is that our Fatui antagonist is still at large. Unfortunately, given that said antagonist is under the protection of 2 commissions and the Raiden Shogun, we would be rather hard-pressed to track them down.
So, what should we...
It will be easier for us to start with someone from Inazuma. So my plan is to incite rebellion.
Rebellion? What are you talking about? After everything...
When I say rebellion, I don't mean betray. If we manage to convince her, I'm quite sure. I'll give you a clue. She's currently in charge of the she also appears to be standing right behind you.
Don't move a muscle. You've got some nerve showing up here in the shrine when there's an active warrant for your... Don't even think about trying anything. Surrender now.
Affirmative.
Kujusara!
It seems that you're forgetting. This is the Grand Narukami Shrine. Use of force here is strictly forbidden. Before you proceed, which of you would like to face criminal charges for dishonoring the Shogun?
Ugh. Guji-ai, please tell me you are not sheltering a wanted criminal here.
We are just friends. I don't see what sheltering has to do with it. Tell your subordinates to leave. We have things—
All of you outside!
As you wish.
Guji-ai, I'm a little curious. Does it not also dishonor the Shogun to hide a wanted criminal at her grand shrine?
You're the same as ever, Kujo-Sara.
As a servant, loyalty to the Shogun is my duty. And as a warrior, I dedicate my life to following the way of the Shogun.
Even though she will one day seize your vision too?
The Vision Hunt Decree is the Shogun's chosen course, and I shall not question—
It's tragic. Such wholehearted devotion rendered meaningless.
Lady Guji, I need you to be direct. Tell me—
The Vision Hunt Decree is a trap. Part of a Fatui plot to bring Inazuma to its knees. And your masters, the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. They're the ones—
You're saying the Kujo clan—
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Guji-ai, your allegation is not only dangerous, but ridiculous. Ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, I have seen and heard nothing but pure devotion. He reveres the Muso no Hitotachi more than anyone. My own how could he ever even dream of acting against the Shogun?
3 days. Come back here in 3 days, and as a Guji, there's one thing I know very well. People believe whatever they want to believe. Some things you do not see, simply because you do not wish. And so, it falls to me to play—
3 days? I'll be here. But if I don't see any evidence, he will have to come with me.
Wonderful. Then I'll see you in 3 days.
That was so scary! But, Miko, you mentioned...
Why are you always asking so many questions? Of course not. I just had to say something because I clearly wasn't convincing her. As plans go, changing the deity's mind is a huge gamble to begin with.
Okay, but what are we gonna do, though? We only have 3 days!
If we want to get our evidence, we're going to need some help.
We can help. android Tanuki just turned into a human! What's going on? Paimon's never seen one of these before. Not a Tanuki. I'm a Muchina. I'm so tired. Is this the professional you were She doesn't look very professional at all.
She is a member of the
Wow, a ninja? So was that one of the... Anyway, what's the Shumatsuban?
It belongs to the Yashiro Commission, a secret unit under Kamisato Ayato. Now, Kamisato Ayato and the Yashiro Commission are neutral parties, so I have no right to give orders to the Shumatsuban. However, convincing their most chronically lazy member to help us is well within my abilities. Here's what I need you to do. Go into town and find evidence of the Tenryou commissions. It would not be appropriate for me to be seen there myself.
You make it sound so simple, but...
Oh, I thought you would have figured it out by now. For a complete outsider, probing the inner workings of the Tenryou... But since the three commissions work together to serve the Shogun... Now you're following me. The Shogun's army haven't given up on their search for you yet. But with the help of this Shiumatsuban ninja, I'm sure you'll be able to rendezvous with your friends. Don't forget, we're on a tight schedule here. Be sure to bring back the evidence.
Toma, you there? It's us. We're back.
What brings you here? Did you meet with the Resistance? How's the battle going? Is it...
Not just yet. We stopped...
So, it's still not over. I guess you came here because you have... I'll get someone to call for Miss Kamisato. Bear with me for 1 second.
I see. You have been... I understand. You need evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Let me think. Now that you mention it, there is one thing that has always concerned me. The Shogun's arm... I used to think that she simply didn't care. But looking at it now...
what do you...
The Tenryou Commission presides over domestic military affairs. If they ever had any intention of Meanwhile, the Shogun would incorrectly conclude that the Vision Hunt decree poses no threat, and would stick to her decision. If we had access...
But as I recall, the only person authorized to access that kind of official it's heavily guarded too. Even with Sayu's help, swiping a document from under their noses is...
If only there was a way we could distract the guards...
Euthymia fireworks!
That's a very Toma-sounding suggestion, but it's a reasonable one. The statue of the omnipresent god is right by the... While they were preoccupied with that, Sayu could infiltrate the Tenryou Commission and take the report, as well as...
Great! It feels like I'm getting closer and closer to being a free man again. It feels like it's been an eternity since we last sat down and... Well, it certainly felt like it to me. I've been looking forward to... This tea house used to be my favorite hiding place, but now, I've honestly... Oh man, I want to go to the hot springs so badly.
Poor Toma.
Let's focus on the issue at hand. The sooner the Vision Hunt... This was a reunion of sorts, but there's no time to catch up.
Ooh, let's play the hot pot game again.
You're still thinking about...
The Tenryou Commission is heavily guarded. Be careful.
Alright, first let's go to Hanami's... extra large firework? You sure came to the right person. As it happens, I made this really souped up one, but it's so powerful that I haven't found anywhere I can test it out yet. Don't forget, move well away from it after you light the fuse. Why does Paimon feel so nervous all of a sudden? Don't worry, it's just a fun. We'll give it a try. Thanks, Euthymia. Well, we got our distraction. Now we just need to wait for nightfall.
You! The warrant is for you!
Oh no! Pretty much how I thought. There are loads and loads of people. We need to get rid of them, or it won't be after I get the document. Let's meet back at Komari Tea House, okay? Also, if I do get caught, please come rescue me. Is this really a good idea? Anyway, let's make our way to... What kind of firework is this? By the look of it, Paimon's ears are gonna get blown off! Oh, Euthymia, you are officially nuts! Uh-oh, they're all coming this way! Quick, run!
Well, how did it go? Well done.
I know exercise helps you grow, but this was a little too much exercise. I feel so dizzy. No, I can't sleep yet. There was something important. I didn't know how to find a document you guys were talking about, so I just... Here you go.
My lady, what are...
This sealed envelope must be an official report that in addition, we have... Of course, it seems that Gujiyaya was right. They have been fomenting unrest behind the scenes. This should be ample evidence. Please take them to Gujiyaya. I will also gather some people to try and...
Still, mind yourself when you face the Shogun. I still...
Again, we'll just have to trust Gujiyaya.
If Paimon remembers correctly, it should be time for him. Let's pack up our things and get ready to head to the... La la la.
Lady Guji, here I am.
I knew you would keep your promise after all. I'm sure you've barely been able to take your—
You're quite mistaken. So, where is your proof?
Ah, how wonderful. Everyone's keeping their promises today.
Oh, you wouldn't believe what we...
Hand them to Sarah. She can examine—
What is this? I see this document bears the official seal of the head of the Kujo. I don't understand. Not a single word about the resist. What about the soldiers who gave their lives on the front line? Or the hardship endured? Utter disregard for human life. Why would they want to hide it?
For the sake of the Vision Hunt decree, of course. Don't you think the Shogun might reconsider her policy of all—
So, the Tenryou Commission.
Yes. Now, who else do you think might—
This is a letter from the Tenryou Commission to the Fatui, the head of the...
Well, the things you wanted to see but also wished not to see are here. Surely, you aren't planning to turn a blind—
So everything I've ever held on to. This betrayal is unforgivable! Takayuki, you've got some explaining to do!
Kujo-Sara seems pretty angry, huh? Looks like our Yep, let's...
Hold on, traveler. There's some—
Huh?
Last time you entered the plane of Euthymia, it was in front of the statue. You must find a way to recreate the circle. If you can get the Raiden Shogun to open her heart to you once more before the statue of the omnipresent god, take this with you as a farewell gift.
What is it?
The Omamori from the Grand Narukami Shrine are very... If you find yourself at your wit's end, or if you ever think about me during your journey, take it out, won't you? Who knows? Maybe I'll just...
Cut it out, Fox Lady! This isn't the time or place to be poking fun at the Traveler!
I'm sorry. Well then, time for you to face my hope.
You followed me here? Since you are a witness, I suppose I can shield you from arrest, but if it turns out that you have been—
Master's orders.
Apologies, ma'am. Orders from the top. No one is allowed to enter.
Out of my way! I need to speak to him. I won't tell you twice.
Yeah.
Boing, boing, boom!
I must. Who goes there? Get the...
Glaze over.
I will have order. Gather.
Glory to the Shogun!
Show me what you
Strike!
Access denied. Dumpy Dumpty Go! Boing, boing, boom!
Order guide you. Stabilize.
Yeah. Hi-ya. Ah. Up.
Soldiers, quick! Quake!
Quiver!
All hail.
Get them! Watch
Hi.
your step.
Let the show be. La la la.
crumble. I will have order. Solidify.
No touching. Boing, boing, boom! Hi-ya, boom!
I can't. Get them.
No turning back!
I'll protect us.
This is order.
Jumpy Dumpty go! Sparks and flash!
Allow me.
Ha-da-da-da.
Strike first.
Boing, boing, boom! Hi-ya, boom! Boom!
Stop! Sarah, have you gone insane? How dare...
Master!
Go on, ask him! Don't...
Master Takayuki, I've seen the report to the throne and the letter to the Fatui.
So this is how my documents went missing from headquarters.
Should I take your words to mean that these documents were not forgeries? They were really penned by your own hand. Please tell me, Master. I need to know.
Yes, I have dealings with...
He just came right out and admitted it!
The diplomats from Snezhnaya promised a very generous reward indeed. And all they requested of me in return was to see that the vision... For too long, the Kujo clan's position has been coveted by so many. There is no shortage of clans who would... So, when the chance arose to gain the backing of another powerful nation and crack down on our enemies, it appeared to me to be an excellent...
But you worship the Shogun. How can you betray her after all this time and act like it's nothing?
Betrayal? How can you call this a betrayal? The Fatui may think they are using me, but the reverse is true. When the lightning strikes in Inazuma, they shall fall to their knees and tremble! After all, none can contend with the supreme power of the almighty Raiden Shogun and the...
Yeah! He doesn't worship the Raiden Shogun herself, but her power as a warrior. Especially the...
But Master, ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, you taught me the importance. But it's clear to me now that you wanted my loyalties to stop with the Kujo clan. So you were scared that you hypocrite, preaching about virtue just to mask your own wretched selfishness.
Selfishness? I am but safeguarding the eternity of the Kujo clan. I'm quite sure the almighty Shogun would be sympathetic to that.
Hate to say it, but his ego is getting in the way.
I've doubted the Vision Hunt decree in the past. I asked myself, is this truly the correct thing to do? But I chose to obey the Shogun. For as long as she leads the way, who among us is qualified to judge between right and wrong when we have not yet reached the end of the path? But now I realize that the path of eternity is one without end, while this path, it is... So I'm going to tell the Shogun the truth about all this. If nothing else, my conscience will be clear.
Stubborn and futile. Report to the Shogun if you so wish. The Kujo clan's the Shogun is at Tenshukaku receiving a Snezhnayan diplomat. A harp...
Signora's the one behind all this? Way back in Rito, Lady Hiragi said something about the Kanjo Commissioner meeting with an...
A diplomat from Snezhnaya? Well, if she thinks she's leaving Inazuma in one piece, she's got another thing coming.
Sarah stormed off! Do you think you can say that again? All right, then.
Long as we have the Muso no Hitotachi, the people...
la la.
What's going on?
The way people charge in here as they please. So, if I didn't know this was Tenshukaku, I might have mistaken it for some kind of... Have you learned your lesson now?
Oh no! What has she done to
The right to punish Inazumans for their crimes is mine alone. Not yours, Signora.
Then I apologize, Almighty. I know. You can't get me out of your mind. But you really don't. Don't go thinking I'm surprised to see you here. Ah, so you came to expose... I'm just a Snezhnayan diplomat.
She doesn't take us seriously at all!
Stop talking about people and things that I care nothing about. They were nobodies to begin with, and their names will be forgotten. But is that not the greatest honor they could hope for? In their tiny little life, Almighty Shogun. That's ancient history. The Tsaritsa's dream is the... These other mundane details you insist... You... Stop. For what it's worth, I've grown tired of seeing you around. Before you go saying something you can't take back, remember that charging into Tenshukaku uninvited and lecturing me in front of the I'm not sure you realize quite how much distance there is between us. But
I challenge you to a duel before the throne!
Proceed.
My, you're full of surprises today. So you've learned. I'll admit that I never expected to be in a situation where you are aware that the loser must die.
Travel...
Then I will deign to share this a lesson on Harbinger power and elegance? As you wish.
Stabilize! Yeah!
Access denied. Pew! Boing, boing, boom! For Rex Lapis!
Order guide you!
You've got some nerve laying your hands on me! Harbinger power has become burdensome. I will manifest my destiny anew. Await my emergence and tremble, traveler! You have reason to be afraid. The pale flame smolders! Hail flame, lay waste to frozen shell and witness my suffering! In fires of sin and retribution, your soul will be incinerated!
Oh, hi. Boing, boing, boom! Hi. Boom! Hi.
This is order.
Not every wound will heal.
Born of ice and frost.
Immolation! A cherished agony. Do you feel it?
This is long overdue. Let's dance.
Who dares? Call me a witch!
Solidify!
Jumpy Dumpty Go!
Embrace your searing reckoning!
Solidify! Yeah.
Not every wound will heal!
I'll protect us. Born of ice and frost. Jumpy Dumpty Go! La la la. Boing, boing, boom! Go, Barbara, go! Boom! Blow them all up! Da da da! Hi! Eek! Oh,
Gather! Order guide you! Hoota!
let's dance! Huh. Pew! Yeah. Yeah. All hail! Oh, hi. Boing, boing, boom! Woo! Ready, steady, go!
Solidify!
Jumpy Dumpty! No touchings!
Call me a witch!
Hi! Yeah.
Solidify!
Da da da!
Not every wound will heal! So strong, but how? I am a Snizhnayan diplomat. You know what happens if you lay a finger on me. I swear, if you strike me, I will make sure. The Fatui will make sure that your precious Inazuma... Stop! I order you! And you! Filthy rats! All of you!
You are the enemy of eternity. But as the victor, I acknowledge your honor. Therefore, I shall allow you to leave Tenshukaku alive.
The Raiden Shogun isn't gonna let us off just like that, right? Oh, the air feels suffocating. It must be the Raiden Shogun's almightiness. One strike from the Shogun and now Signora's gone! She got what she deserved, but Paimon still can't help but feel upset. Why are they doing it? Why are the Harbingers collecting all the no-seeds? Traveler, you got a headache? Chin up. Let's get out of this place. Paimon feels unsettled. Also, when the Shogun executed Signora with the Muso no Hitotachi, it was unbelievably powerful. It seems impossible to defend against. And if so, we've got no hope whatsoever of defeating her in combat. So, to recap, Yaimiko wants us to go back inside the plane of Euthymia by the statue of the omnipresent god. Oh, but we'll be like lambs to the slaughter, won't we? Oh, maybe we could put this plan on hold for a while? There's the sound of electro zapping in the air. Paimon can barely breathe. Traveler, are you okay? You're so silent. Sounds like there's a lot of noise coming from outside Tenshukaku. Has a fight broken out or something? Oh, the guards seem really nervous. Let's go see what the situation is, shall we?
There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow.
So we meet again. Indulge my curiosity. What is the reason that I find you standing? Do you hope your foolhardiness will shelter those people? Or was it... Oh? Surely you didn't rouse me from my state of eternal meditation, only to tell me that. If so, then you underestimate. Not so. Only everything that pertains to eternity. The Vision Hunt decree has my tacit approval. The Fatui's actions thus far do not constitute a threat to individual ambition is inherently incompatible with eternity. What you might not realize is that all too often, people have far more to lose by chasing their dreams. Consider this. No one will lose their life on account of having their vision. Rather, those who have lost their lives are the ones who insisted on Traveler, your existence is unique in my eyes. There seems to be limitless uncertainty in you. So, I won't insist that you comprehend the meaning of my actions. What matters is that I tread the path. That's right. Huh. I'm surprised you understand it so well. Anyway, you're looking for a chance to So be it. Well then, you who would defy eternity, time for you to enlighten me. Do you wish to become the enemy of eternity, traveler?
For Rex Lapis! Boing, boing, boom! Max, wham!
Quake! Nothing to fear. Gather!
Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
Let the show begin.
You are an enemy that requires special attention.
That really?
Gather!
La 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 la. Accessed in. La la la.
Evasion is futile.
Hiya! Ah! Ooh! Yeah! Hiya! Ah! I'll protect us. Jumpy Dumpty go!
Instabilities will be removed. This
Careless.
inferior. I will mold you into the foundations of eternity.
Careless.
I can fix this. I can fix this.
Dear me, aren't you cutting it rather close? Hmm?
Miko, this was your doing?
Now. Don't forget who taught you how to place your consciousness in objects. Surely you don't think your ambition alone is enough to shake A's will, do you? Though you alone are here, they too have ambitions, which they long since entrusted to you. Now then, close your eyes.
Ride a piece of what that I hope we can abolish the Vision Hunt Decree.
Solidify!
All hail! Let the show begin.
Order guide you.
Boing, boing, boom! Jumpy, jumpy, go! Woo! Blazing delight!
Your verdict is decided. This world, a fleeting
La
shadow.
la la! Hi!
This is order.
Yeah!
No touching!
We're way behind schedule. This is long overdue.
Boing, boing, boom! Sparks and flash!
All will be severed.
No fair! Woo!
I will have order.
Your verdict is decided.
Gather!
Let's dance! Hi!
This world, a fleeting shadow.
Huh. Born of ice and frost.
This is order.
This world,
Blaze over.
a fleeting shadow.
Come on, we can do it. Hi, let the show be.
You've lost, eh?
Yes, I have.
Why can you not trust your people? And in the power of their ambition? These ambitions have transcended space and time. They are something that no one can... Is this the lesson you learned from your journey in There are nations where humans cast their god aside and stride forward. So are we to just abandon the notion of progress?
You and I have both witnessed the great loss that progress can bring. Eternity. When lightning flashes, it casts a shadow. My name means shadow. With my blade, I purged all obstacles to progress. And yet, something was lost with each step forward. In the end, I even lost her. The tales are still retold in the shade of every Thunder Sakura. But the wounds left on our nation by that terrible loss still ache. Never stop searching, even if only for a brief flash of light. If nothing else, we have the present moment. She said that once. But I've seen a nation stride forward and lose everything to the heavenly principles. Perhaps only if time stands still will the lightning's glow never fade. The present moment is a fragile illusion. Only eternity can bring us closer to the heavenly principles. I am no longer the shadow. Mine is the most supreme and noble form. Let power over the realm be vested within me. In this form shall I honor my subjects' dream, for a land of eternity, unchanging forevermore.
The heavenly principles. Irrelevant nonsense as far as I'm concerned. When all's said and done, all you really want is to protect your beloved Inazuma forever and ever.
That would be something of an oversimplification.
But is this nation worth existing for eternity? Stripped of ambitions, stripped of the potential for change. It does nothing more than simply exist. It is a hollow shell of a nation. I wonder what loss would it really be to anyone if such a nation were destroyed.
Miko, retract your words. Never changing eternity is the promise I'm—
But what your people need from you is not your promises. They want your attention. Your divine gaze.
You mean visions? Humans have a lifespan of barely 100 years. They cannot afford to bear any extra loss, but I have experienced it all. That is why—
But eternity is far too cruel a fate for you, eh?
For me?
Not only have you stopped paying attention to the world, but you have stopped paying attention to yourself. It must have been terribly lonely here, all alone, for centuries on end.
But it is necessary.
You will miss much by refusing progress. You seek to prevent loss, but have you considered all you are losing by remaining here in stasis for all eternity? You are obviously lonely, and yet, for the sake of eternity, you choose to stretch your loneliness out to infinity. Tell me this. Why is the sky here that was once so dark glowing again? Why now? This is your plane of Euthymia. It's your inner world, so it can only mean that you are happy to see me again. You have found the loneliness—
I have nothing to say to that.
But I have so much to say to you. Let me tell you all that has happened over the last few centuries.
How long will that take?
As a Fox envoy, I have an excellent memory. I recall every detail, so it will probably take me another few centuries to relay it to you.
Miko, I never thought I would— Seeing you again is a change.
Since you are willing to admit that, I suppose—
What a childish conversation this is. Anyway, now that I have been defeated by you and your plan, But, with regards to eternity, and the question of whether this nation—
You are the one who's been acting like a child from the very beginning. As promised, the Raiden Shogun abolished the Vision Hunt Decree. Finally, her people's wishes penetrated her locked heart. Beyond the plane of Euthymia, she saw what eternity means in the eyes of the world. When one's fervent ambition burns brightly, the gods will cast their gaze upon you. Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory, to inspire hope. But some ambitions outlive their masters long after the soul ascends. They remain as they were in the beginning. Burning bright and true for all eternity.
So what did you guys do in the Raiden Shogun's plane of— Is the Vision Hunt Decree abolished? Oh, gotcha. So, maybe the reason Yae Miko is looking for us now is because she wants to thank us.
What? Another bad one?
Da-da-da.
Narukami, please.
Why, hello. If it isn't the triumphant traveler. And why might you be visiting the shrine?
You literally told us to come meet you here.
I was just—
Seems like someone's in a pretty good mood.
Catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen in years. By the way, I heard that you had a duel before the throne, with a Fatui Harbinger no less. Defeating Signora head-on in a duel means that your strength exceeds my expectations. Still, you did end up victorious. I gather congratulations are in order.
Sure feels good to fake cause plenty of trouble along the way, but it—
Wait a second. Did you say, as in, the little thing that looks something like a chess piece?
Yep, that's the one. You've seen one too? Nosie's
Oh.
What's wrong?
I handed that over.
You did what now?
Well, how else was I supposed to save your skin from the Balladeer exactly? The Balladeer is number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. In terms of strength, he is superior to Signora. I'm not the kind of person who risks life and limb for any old reason.
You did— for once—
After A created her puppet vessel, she no longer had anywhere to put it. As her erstwhile closest friend, A handed it over to me, and I've kept it in the Grand Narukami Shrine ever since. She no longer needs the power of the Gnosis, and in any case, she tells me she has severed ties with Celestia. Thus, the Gnosis became not only useless, but also a potential source of conflict. Is that not a good bargain, exchanging it for the one at the core of the plan? Judging by the results, at least, I dare say I struck a good deal.
When you put it like that... well, what's done is done. So anyway, you still haven't told... Really?
You intend to travel all over Teyvat, and the time has come for the Inazuma leg of your trip to come to an— As a mark of my gratitude, I will answer any questions you may have about the road ahead or the events of the past. What would you like to know about? That puppet was built with technology that has been lost to time. Perhaps she, as a god, is the only one. Still, there is one other thing on this topic that I suspect. Before A began modifying her own godly form, she took—
So, you mean there are 3 Raiden Shoguns?
No. The prototype was merely a proof of concept. Its appearance and intellect— The original plan was for A to simply discard it. But perhaps A thought this to be too cruel, because later, this puppet wandered Inazuma as an ordinary human male with his own consciousness.
Ugh! Not the Fatui—
Some eccentric geniuses in the ranks of the Fatui made a just— The object of divine creation is now the one who has taken possession of the Gnosis. And the
What a crazy story!
It is, isn't it? Who can say whether it's coincidence or destiny? That puppet was built with technology that has been lost to time. Still, before A began modifying—
So, you mean there are—
No. The original plan was for A to simply Later, this puppet wandered Inazuma as an ordinary human male with his own consciousness.
Ugh!
Some eccentric geniuses in the ranks of the The object of divine creation is now the one who has taken possession of the Gnosis. And the prototype puppet is now known as the Balladeer. It is, isn't it? Who can say whether it's coincidence or Sorry, I haven't a clue. But if you still have doubts about A, I would say they are misplaced. Not only does she not fit your description, but she That's good to hear. Otherwise, given that I'm her familiar, it could have made up—
Don't worry, we aren't looking to pick a fight with you.
As for your sister's whereabouts, I will use all the resources at my disposal to investigate. I'll let you know if I find out anything. After leaving Inazuma, I think it—
Ooh, Sumeru! We've run into loads of scholars from there on our journey so far.
Yes, well, Sumeru is the land of the god of wisdom, where the quest for wisdom and knowledge is but their obsession gives rise to some truly inexplicable things. In Sumeru, knowledge is holistically managed as a resource.
Knowledge is a resource?
Yes. I don't know whether it was the sages or Lesser Lord Kusanali who came up with the idea.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you haven't heard. Lesser Lord Kusanali is the deity in whom I'm sure you must have some things to discuss with her too. I wish you all the best. I'm surprised an outlander like you—
Morat's told us. He said that the Electro Archon Ball has passed away.
Yes. The truth of the matter is that there were two twin gods, Baal and Beelzebul.
Twin gods?
They won the Archon War together, and when Baal established the shogunate, Beelzebul became her Kagemusha, or shadow warrior. In other words, she acted as Baal's body double. Beelzebul is A, with whom we are now both acquainted. Baal's name was Makoto. As far as the world was aware, there were not two, but one. They complemented each other, and they ruled Inazuma jointly, so there was no need for the public to know the truth. In fact, the name Baal and the title of Raiden Shogun was understood.
Until what?
Makoto died several hundred years ago in a war that I was not personally involved in. Since then, A has assumed the shogunate.
Losing her sister must have been super hard on A.
That was when A began to change. Makoto was her greatest loss.
Paimon feels like she understands A a lot better now after finding that.
I didn't spend a great deal of time with her, but my impression was she was a gentle god.
Wow.
Are you sure? Okay, then. Keep it safe. Is that... There was me thinking that you might hang it around your neck to show off to the world, telling everyone who...
Who in their right mind would do that?
Okay, I see. But your ambition should be something that transcends the world below and the starry sky above. Something that perhaps the reason you do not possess a vision is that such an ambition has yet to be engendered within you. Continue on your journey, and maybe that moment will come to pass.
By the protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom